Love can make us do the unimaginable, but when passion turns deadly, the consequences can be devastating. 27-year-old Courtney Clenney gained popularity as a model on Onlyfans. She amassed a large following and generated substantial income from her online presence. However, her seemingly glamorous lifestyle took a dark turn when she became involved in a murder case. Courtney Clenney was born on April 21st, 1996. Growing up, the 27-year-old Onlyfans model was interested in drama and stage art, even attending local acting workshops and dance classes. As the years progressed, Courtney started paying more attention to exercise and participating in competitions. She was an EHP Labs athlete and a well-qualified personal trainer. After completing all of her studies, Courtney decided to move to LA to focus on growing her fan base on social media platforms. It wasn't until the end of 2020 that Courtney met her boyfriend, Christian, also known as Toby, and the two appeared to be a normal loving couple in a seemingly happy relationship, but behind closed doors, their relationship was far from perfect. Reports suggested that there were signs of trouble, including incidents of domestic violence and arguments. But what happened on the night of April 3rd, 2022 would completely change everything. In the early mornings of April 3rd, 2022, emergency services received a 911 call from Courtney and her boyfriend Christian, pleading for help, as Christian said he couldn't feel his arm and he was going to die.
I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm.
Christian Obsumseli, also known as Toby, was born on April 12, 1994 and lived in Dallas, Texas. Growing up, Toby attended Murphy Middle School, where he would develop a passion for sports, being described by his coaches as warm and caring. But as the years went on, Toby's passion for sports faded and his love for money grew. Diving into the world of crypto and stocks from young, Toby ended up being good at it and making a killing within the crypto world. Toby's most vibrant personality began to fade as he entered into a whirlwind romance with Courtney. Their seemingly glamorous relationship took a drastic turn when Toby's friends noticed a shift in his behavior. His once energetic nature turned into withdrawal and constant preoccupation. Toby's friends expressed that he had distanced himself from them since becoming involved with Courtney, and disturbingly enough, the relationship started to exhibit violent tendencies. As time passed, the presence of physical violence became increasingly apparent in the relationship. Initially, Courtney's actions involved hitting Toby on the chest and shoulders. However, the situation would eventually become much more severe and alarming. Toby became deeply committed as Courtney's personal assistant due to her successful professional journey, going on trips with her and tending to her requirements. However, this commitment also meant being constantly subjected to Courtney's physical aggression and troublesome conduct. Despite Toby's intense affection for Courtney, maneuvering the relationship grew progressively challenging for him. In July 2021, a distressing incident unfolded in Las Vegas when Courtney threw a glass at Toby's head, requiring police involvement. Despite the potential harm Toby could have suffered, he made the decision not to pursue legal charges and instead advocated for Courtney's release. Camera footage was able to capture Courtney's behavior, indicating that she was under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And after this incident, the couple eventually made plans to move away from Texas to experience a new chapter in their lives together. However, Courtney had a different dream location in mind. She believed that Miami was the only place where she could truly live her best life. It wasn't until January 2022 that the couple moved from Austin to Miami. Courtney's financial success allowed her to choose a lavish apartment that reflected her wealth. The couple found their new home in Unit 2201 at 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue, situated in Beverly Terrace, which was located less than a mile away from downtown. Courtney paid a monthly rent of $10,000, proudly boasting about covering the entire expense and occasionally using it as means to threaten Toby with eviction if he misbehaved. But upon settling in Miami, Courtney's troublesome behavior just escalated further. She resumed frequent presence in local clubs and bars, and her demeanor became increasingly negative. In an interview on the We in Miami podcast, Courtney unapologetically acknowledged her toxic traits, expressing her disdain for being controlled or dominated while revealing her preference for romantic relationships exclusively with financially prosperous black men.
Do you like to be fully controlled, or do you?
I like to be submissive. Pretty well, yeah, in the bedroom,
Yes.
but like in my life, I don't like anybody to tell me what to do.
Yeah, so you only want him to tell you what to do in the bedroom. Other than that, you don't want him to tell you anything.
Right. That's exactly it.
So that sounds like you're a control freak with your relationships. Be careful with this one. She's gonna boss you around like.
Exactly.
Sweet toxicity.
Tell me.
So you only date rich black guys. So like, have you ever dated like any politicians or only like rappers or athletes, or what kind of rich black guys?
You know, dabble here, dabble there, a little bit.
How much do you make them off?
A lot.
Yeah, we make good money.
Courtney's explosive fits of anger escalated to a highly violent level, resulting in the complete destruction of their Miami apartment on one occasion. Following the incident, she forcefully demanded that Toby leave by throwing all of his clothes off the balcony. Despite being aware of the wrongfulness of her actions, Courtney would repeatedly apologize after each outburst and attempt to make amends by showering Toby with numerous gifts. But on the early mornings of April 3rd, 2022, no amount of gifts could make Toby forgive her. An alarming 911 call was placed, prompting a swift response from emergency services who were dispatched to 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue. Upon arrival, they were confronted with a disturbing and distressing scene. Christian Opsum-Selly had sustained a severe chest stab wound and was experiencing significant bleeding. The recorded call captured Christian's fearful voice, expressing concern about the loss of feeling in his arm and the possibility of his life being in jeopardy. As the police reached the location, they discovered Christian being cradled by Courtney. Disturbingly, the premises contained several dried blood puddles, indicating that Christian had been bleeding profusely for a considerable amount of time before assistance arrived. Courtney was instructed to remain seated on the floor outside of her apartment, where witnesses observed her covered in blood. Toby was then promptly rushed to the hospital due to the critical nature of his blood loss. But unfortunately for Toby, he ended up passing away.